tonight. Wow. I see we got Tan, Jasper, everyone. Just welcome to the chat. This is, it's late night. That means it's after dark, Monday night. Here in the garage. No leaks tonight. No leaks so far, but I've got my eye squarely trained on where it might come from. Maybe things might change. We'll keep an eye on that. How is everyone doing? Hope you're all doing well. If you're unfamiliar with the channel, we do a lot of atmospheric exploration for tabletop games on this channel. I'm always kind of playing around with all different types of ideas and that kind of thing. So if you like to make your tabletop games more immersive, then consider subscribing to the channel. And yeah, we've got some new content on the way. Usually I have big gaps of nothing, and then we drop stuff. But if you're in the Discord or in the Patreon community, you know what I'm working on, you know what I'm up to. Yeah, the After Dark specials are a good sneak peek into the behind the scenes stuff as well. At the top of the stream, I just want to thank all my supporters on Patreon. You guys are amazing. We do have some new videos coming out soon. Just as a special shout out to Anthony von Uhlen, Blake Daly, Charisma on Command, Chris Andrus, Constructed Chaos, Darkfire Designs, Dr. Justin L. Hamrick, John A. Johnson, Mini Wargaming, Nathan Mack, Michael Dykes, and Devante. Welcome very much, guys. Thanks very much, guys, and thank you for all your support. Let's get going. We've got some stuff to catch up on. Have you seen at the start of the stream? I'm all about projects, like starting projects. I've got a new mission, that I'm going to be finishing projects. Because I'm gonna make the way for some new stuff on the way as well. And I was like, Seb, you're getting ahead of yourself. You've got to finish some stuff first before we jump on to the new stuff. So these ruins I'm working on, that's all new, and I wasn't even going to finish these, and I thought, I've been seeing these half painted all week. I'm like, I got to finish these. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to finish up these ruins tonight, and probably talk a little bit about some of the unfinished projects. Let me know if that rain is coming through super loud and you're struggling to hear me. Yeah, if it's all coming through all nice and clear, then that's good too. But yeah, while we're kind of painting up these little ruin guys, we can talk about a couple of the things I've got kind of on the way this week. I'm hoping to finalize a video project. This weekend I was desperately trying to film all the talking bits, so that's generally how I kind of break it up. I do film all the dialogue parts, and then I'll film all the like B-roll and stuff in the meantime after that. So we've got all the main chunk of it done. I've got the main edit done. It's just kind of now a lot of the flash and polish to kind of get things sorted. Has it stopped raining since last week? It did rain. It stopped raining for a little bit, but now it's picked up with a furious thunder all of a sudden. So we'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep an eye on that leak. I don't see anything on the old Atmoseeker sign as well. But if you're curious about the terrain I'm painting here, these are the Terrainify tiles from the 3D printable tiles from Terrainify, and I'm just putting some finishing touches on them now. So probably as is, they're not too bad. But these are for a video project as well. So it's going to be less about the terrain, but more so about how to use terrain in creative ways. More so like, because I constantly have to kind of make do with a lot of the stuff that I have on hand. I'm limited on storage space. Like I take on new projects and stuff as I go, but I try to be as modular with things as I can. And so with these terrain pieces, these ruins, like, what I'm curious about to do is I'm going to do a video that shows you how to kind of stretch or modularize your existing terrain with a few techniques, like with using like particular types of scatter, particular types of like lighting and atmospherics to kind of transform terrain into different settings. Like for instance, with the right kind of like scatter and lighting, this terrain could be turned into like a frostgrave, frosty kind of like wasteland kind of thing, or into a jungle ruins and stuff. So kind of getting the most out of your terrain, so you can get a lot more flexibility out of the stuff. And I know folks like to finish off their terrain as well. Like if you were going to do these as jungle ruins, you put vines on it and everything. But personally, I like to kind of keep things as neutral as possible, so I can kind of set dress them for the occasion. So that's kind of the idea with these ruins. But I need to have them finished first. So I have to finish them into a particular way. So right now, last week we basically just base coated everything with the airbrush. I can't believe it was last week. Yeah, we dry brushed. Oh, I've got Broadsword Wargaming in the chat. Welcome, buddy. Studio space looks amazing. How are you? Not wet. It is. It looks amazing, but it's definitely not the most waterproof. It's soundproof, I would say. But yes, that is another project I'm working on at the moment, because I got super excited by the Lego set that came out for Dungeons and Dragons, and I blew all my money on it. And now I thought I was going to be able to stretch that out with the kids over their holidays, but if they finished it in the weekend. So now that is kind of fueled into another video all about using Lego for Dungeons and Dragons. So that's going to be a fun one. So I'm making some larger style props and stuff. If you know, we can have it lights up as well. It's all battery operated. Super, like, I'm not a electronics guy, so it's all kind of the dumb way of rigging stuff up. But it's yeah, there's some fun little prop projects. So basically I want to do a whole kind of like room setup with these kind of props and have all like the Lego and everything, and I think it's going to be a fun one. I even toyed, because I work as an animator by trade, and I thought about maybe I could like animate part of the intro sequence and stuff with some Lego movie style animation. And even the thought of that is like, is he really gonna do that kind of stuff? Maybe, I don't know. Depends if the night is right, and you know, if it's like I get a spur of creativity, that might happen. But yeah, I'm hoping to have fun with that video, because I feel like a lot of folks like me like Lego. I think it's a big part of my childhood. It's a big part of my kids' childhood. So I think it's a good, like, I personally think it's like a good like gateway kind of drug into, you know, wargaming and stuff, right? And that's what we want. Oh, yes, yeah, it's definitely rain. Yeah, it's not on purpose. It's yeah, but you know, we're gonna make do. I think it's meant to settle down within the hour or two, but we'll see. I've got also something whirring around on the 3D printer right now. It should finish it within the hour or so. So stay tuned if you want to see what that is as well. So it should be, that's part of the project as well. So basically, I'm guilty of starting a lot of new projects, and I feel sorry for my patrons, because they're like, Seb, where the videos? It's like, no, it's coming. It's all culminating stuff, and I have ideas for new live stream content as well. There's going to be some exclusive live stream content for patrons, so it won't be on YouTube or anything. It'll just be exclusive content, just because of the nature of it. It's going to be some more video gaming content because basically I want to play more Baldur's Gate 3. And I don't know how to kind of like work that into like the channel and everything. It's like, this is going to be an exclusive thing, but we're going to have fun with it. We're going to have Braino kind of feature in it. He's going to be my co-pilot with a lot of that gaming stuff. So we're going to be playing some fantasy style gaming like Baldur's Gate, the Harry Potter game, stuff like that. Stuff that has been on my to-do list for a while. But yeah, that's going to be some exclusive content if you're on the Patreon as well. a broadsword. Ollie, it sounds like you're in the same boat as me. But I think this is my new mantra now. I just gotta like finish it. Don't start anything. I got given a whole box of freaking orcs as well. So now it's like, oh man, don't give me stuff. So those orcs are gonna be chilling for a while. I gotta get ahead of this stuff because it's already April. We're already almost halfway through the year, and I wanted to have double the amount of like triple the amount of stuff released than I have so far. So yeah, we've got some new like 3D printable stuff I've been designing. That's kind of like on hold until like it's been released for like the patrons as well. But it's yeah, it's all kind of until the video comes out. That's when those objects come out. So we've got bonus action heroes in chat. Welcome. It's my third player. Yeah, Baldur's Gate. Honestly, like I'm playing it with friends, and I'm like, I wanna play some more by myself, and I feel like it could be fun to play with friends, with like patron friends. So yeah, I think so. Oh, congratulations! You just had a little baby 2 weeks ago. Oh, that's great. Yeah, congratulations. That's awesome to hear. More more mouths to feed. Because I got 2 kids myself, and they are both amazing and terrifying at the same time. But you know, as they're growing older, I'm nurturing them towards like the wargaming and the Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. The big one, frustrating enough, he's like, oh no, Dad, D&D's boring. I'm like, oh damn it. I had him for like an afternoon where he was like interested, and then I lost him. So, but maybe I can get him back. I think I got to run some more games in here, because I've had that setup around the corner. That's another that's another video as well. You may have seen it in the previous live stream where I had a look at some stage top stuff, and basically that I'm trying to get that all ready for some like live play type stuff, like whether it be Dungeons and Dragons or wargaming and stuff. So however that goes, like the initial testing of that is probably going to be solo and Patreon until I kind of work out the bugs of things. So yeah, if you're on there, yeah, you can expect to see a few things. I just got to get around to it, you know. It's a hard juggling act if you've got kids and you got your passion, you got your hobby, and you're trying to run all this by yourself. So I really appreciate all the support and patience of everyone. It's been a fun ride, but I got to get some stuff done. That's why I'm in here every night now, every Monday night, painting and sipping tea now. Man, how the hell do you find time to hobby? We are in the trenches of a newborn. Will it end? Yes, I definitely hear you. Yeah, look, this is it. This is the After Dark. This here. This is where we do it. This is the only time to do it. I can't do it during the day. I can't do it, you know, even in the late afternoon because we got kids. So it's all at night, all midnight in my rainy garage. And thankfully, isn't leaking today, which is good. Yeah. God, man, it's awesome to do these After Darks and have such great people in the chat. I really appreciate you guys stopping by. And I want to do some fun things with the stream as well. That's kind of like another project I'm kind of working on, enhancing all of this. Like, we've got all the studio space, but I want to make it a little bit more engaging for folks watching the show. So I'm hoping to have some more kind of stuff for like super chats and stuff where you can get a little bit of an atmospheric twist on things. I'm working at integrating a lot of the lights and atmospherics into chat control stuff. So you'll be able to kind of control the lighting in here, perhaps make it a lightning storm or a red alert kind of thing, or a disco kind of thing. So that'll be interesting to try and paint some orcs or something while all that's going on. So it should be a lot of fun. I would like to have some more guests on the show. So if you're watching right now, maybe even you, Ollie, you could be on the show, and we could talk about having kids and how we want to do this. You know, how we want to get by painting stuff, making videos. That'd be a fun show. Yeah, reach out if you want to do that. Call me. Yeah. All right. So at the moment right now, I am just dry brushing the edges of this. Now I'm not doing a whole, like, normally if this was like a handcrafted type of terrain, I would just dry brush with a nice like dusting over it. But I'm trying to be very conscious of the layer lines on this thing, because like it is very good print quality on this thing, and it's probably even hard to tell from there. But if I just went all hog on it with a dry brush, you would definitely start to see some of those layer lines popping up. So I'm trying to just kind of edge highlight around here, and I might tone it down with some pigment powders. I've done a little test on this guy a bit, so you can see a little bit. I did do a spray varnish on this, and it's kind of washed away some of the pigment powders, so I'm going to redust it a bit, and I'm putting a little bit of wash inside the cracks and stuff, so just some fine touches, but I'm mostly focused on edge highlighting a lot of these more kind of raised areas. But yeah, so that's just talking a little bit about what I'm doing here. Yes, all right. We'll reach out to Ollie and we'll get him on the show. So I'd love to have more guests on here. Just after lunch here, bonus action hero from home on Mondays. It's nice to have this on, relaxing the chat, the scenery come together. Yeah, I was debating whether to bring this stuff on. Like usually for the After Dark show, I really like to have some like new stuff to show you guys as I'm working. I was like, oh, you know what? I really want to finish these guys. Like I've got some other unfinished project that I've started on the live show, which I'd love to kind of bring back as well. Like those tentacle guys as well. Those were from a few weeks back as well. So I'd love to bring those back and finish them as well. So yeah, tonight is all about finishing projects. If you've got any big projects you're working on, I know those can kind of be very labor intensive in terms of like motivation. Especially you see a big wall of stuff, it's like, oh, how am I going to attack this? Slice Split Roleplay, good to have you here, buddy. If you're unfamiliar with that channel, we buddied up a few years ago and we did a little special together. It was a lot of fun. It was all about 3D printing miniatures and stuff, and we tackled the same monster kind of thing. Good to have you here. Jump on and see what's going on. So we're looking already. Yeah, we've been printing up a storm with the Bamboo Labs printer. I tell you what, man, that has been my favorite printer so far. I mean, I've had other FDM printers for a while, like the Cubic stuff. I had the Ender 3 as well. But man, just like the quality and the speed, I wish I had gotten it from the get-go, because then I probably would have printed more. Because I remember, especially with the Ender 3 printer, man, just running into all sorts of like leveling issues and like nozzle stuff. I was like, man, if I just forked out the extra cash for the Bamboo at the start, like they probably were a lot more expensive back then. So maybe it was for the best, but yeah, it's definitely has all those like those you know, those little like things that come with 3D printing. Kind of, we sorted you out. Like it preheats, it's got a warm bed, it auto levels, it, you know, it does a little wipey thing with the nozzle before it starts printing. I think my favorite part of it is that it just uses the spool to completion. Like it has the little what is it? I want to say like Bowen's thing. It's in the head, so it's going to draw all the filament through. But yeah, I've barely had any problems with it. I think if there's been any kind of like shortcomings on it, it's been from mostly user error. I think the only thing I'm probably conscious about is I've been printing so much. I'm like wondering, when do I do like little maintenance stuff on it? Do I should I like be tightening up things and stuff? So I've probably put several hundreds of hours of printing time into that thing, where it's constantly whirring away. Oh, I can see it's doing the top layers now. So it's doing top layers now on what it's printing, so stay tuned if you want to see what's coming out. It's going to be, and I'm always open for like guesses and stuff as well. Starting, I think bonus action here is the same boat. Starting, I'm good at. Finishing, not my strong point. I need a deadline. Definitely. I am definitely in the same boat. I even find with like my own professional work, if you give me like all the time, it's like, oh, you know, it's, you know, it'll get there, but you know, I'll meander, I'll mosey, might get distracted with other things. But if you give me a deadline, it's just like, all right, let's fly, let's get this thing going. So I think that's definitely a good thing about the live streams I've been doing here. It kind of gives me something to work towards, something to focus on. And I think also with the videos as well, it's definitely been good to kind of give me some deadlines to kind of work towards. Like right now I'm working on the video for the Archon Studios new cave terrain. If you haven't seen it, they had their own what is it called? Game Found, crowdfunded type campaign. I think that's all finished up. So I'm going to be just working on a video that's going to show some of the terrain. The terrain is featured there, but it's going to be more so about the cave location. So if you're familiar with the dungeons atmosphere guide, I did probably a year ago, I think. Maybe less. So it's going to be an atmosphere guide for caves. So it's going to be a fun one. So it's going to be quite similar in terms of some of the approaches to it, but we're going to have a few little neat tips and tricks using some of the new Atmoseeker products as well. So it should be fun to kind of fun to see. So hopefully this week I finish up filming. I think definitely filming. Whether or not editing is in that same basket, we'll see. But I definitely want to get that video done as soon as possible so I can jump on to the next project, which will be good. So next one will be I'm tempted to say Lego, but maybe I'll put it to my patrons to see what they're more interested in seeing. I know I kind of wanted to capitalize on the new Lego set that came out for the 50th anniversary for Dungeons and Dragons. But I feel like that would have been good to know 3 months ago. You know? But yeah, they're going to get access to the new props and stuff I've been working on. Yeah, is that real rain or is that ambient sound? That is real rain. That is real rain happening. But if you like it as an ambience, you know, we might work it into the show. But yeah, let me know if you're struggling to hear. But it is. We have a tin roof down here. Talismancer, welcome to the chat, buddy. One of my patrons here dropping in. Good to have you here. We're trying to finish off some projects. We're talking about stuff. Stuff we're trying to finish. Man. This guy, Talismancer, he is amazing. He designed some great stuff that I use in all my episodes. I wish that I could share more with the world, especially like the DMX controller kind of thing you made. So easy to use, so good. It is so much better than the USB one as well, but yeah, it's not a mass-produced thing. It's a friend thing. So if you want to be friends with Talismancer, He just makes amazing stuff. So thank you so much. I've used it every day in this setup for all my DMX lights. It's amazing. Okay, I've got one down. So I'm just working on these big ruins so far. I'm try and move you guys in closer for a closer look, but I've got 1, 2. So I've got 3 of them, kind of edge highlighted in here. I'm just going on with like a medium gray at the moment. So I've got one more big one to go. Oh, see this? I printed too many. There's 2 more. This is why we're here. This is what we're doing. We're working on these, finishing these things. This one's going to be a bit easier, I think. This straight wall one. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by, Slice Print Roleplay. Good to have you here. Good luck with your day. I know it's morning in America, but down here in Australia, in the down underverse, it's 11 p.m. and it's raining. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. I actually have a notebook here that I'm trying to list out all the projects I've got on the burner at the moment. And I'm going to try and smash these out. What do I got? I've got Lego D&D video. That's work in progress. We're working on that. Life-size dungeon columns. That's a cool one. And I think I showed it off a few days ago. That's the 3D printable life-size ones that use some other kind of like materials to make it a bit more filament friendly. And that is the 3D stuff is done. If you're on Patreon, you get access to those files. I'm just gonna make a video about that. And Game Room 2.0. So that's the space I'm working on around the corner. So that's a whole game room setup that you may have seen, potentially with the stage top live stream we did a few weeks ago. That was that kind of space. So I'm kind of going through, hooking up a whole bunch of like cameras and audio. Like I've got to do audio now, so I'm trying to work out what's the best, not expensive. I'm trying to save money as well, because I want to be a bit more thrifty with things. Because if you start lots of projects and not finish them, it's a good way to lose lots of money. So I've got lots of stuff. I've got lots of stuff for projects and ideas and videos. I just gotta capitalize on all that. Oh, all right. Forget what I was talking about. Saving money. Saving money? What's that? Says he who buys the Lego. Talismans is saying, I'm currently making paper mache ceiling terrain for a session. Stalactites, the Lost City. Paper mache. Now that is good. I think especially with like some of those big like rock structures, that kind of stuff makes a lot of sense to kind of do out of those kind of materials, like paper mache, foam kind of things. I say, I say that, and then what I'm 3D printing right now, it's quite rocky. But that sounds good. Man, I just wanna run more games, and I have been rubbish at keeping that promise. I have friends that have been asking about, say, Seb, when's the next game of D&D? It's been weeks. Sorry, pal. I gotta finish the projects. But I think that was one of my New Year's resolution, was to run more games of D&D or other games. I've played some more wargaming stuff this year with some mates, but I definitely want to run more sessions of D&D. I think that's all been kind of tied into that space around the corner. where I'm trying to make it a bit more streamlined. I'm working on a whole layout for my Stream Deck, which is going to have a whole bunch of like generic like locations, so that I have them all set up. So then it's always set up to do D&D. 4 feet by 4 feet, Jesus Christ! Oh my god, that is a big project. Good luck with that, man. Or drop some pictures in the Discord. I would love to see what you're working on. And yeah, if you're part of the Atmoseeker community or want to be, there's a link to the Patreon in the chat. Or channel members also get access to the Discord as well. Okay. Borotrol in the chat. Good to have you here. Dark Kamui, your videos have inspired me to get a fog machine from Bunnings. I'm definitely not saving money. Man, yeah, I haven't tried the Bunnings one. I'd be curious to hear how you go with it. I'm curious of what the remote situation is. If it's like is it a like little clicky guy, or is it like a foot pedal kind of deal? How much is it at Bunnings? Oh no. Because if it's decent, I might get my own one too. Oh, we got Borotrol and Decado. Welcome, guys. We are just relaxing here in the ambient rain. It is coming. It's pissing down. That's what we would say in Australia. We've got Joshua Brown. Beresford is here. Just ordered the one you recommended from Amazon. There's a Bunnings one. Yeah, that's news to me too. I feel like Bunnings is branching out into some stuff, because I noticed they have like cat food, dog food, cat food, pet. Like I was like, I don't remember Bunnings having this kind of stuff. Now we're getting into Seb territory here. We have Bunnings rated by Atmoseekers far and wide. If you don't know what Bunnings is our local hardware store. If you've seen Bluey, it's Hammer Barn equivalent. So it's kind of like what would be your American equivalent? Like I don't want to say Walmart. Walmart sounds like more of a grocery store as well. But yeah, it's kind of a hardware store. Devante, welcome. I mentioned you at the top of the stream, one of our Seeker patrons. Looking forward to your upcoming Lego D&D content. It's inspired me to incorporate it into my builds. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm honestly, like I have been watching some of the Lego D&D stuff that has been coming out recently. Honestly, like that adventure that they did recently with like Ginny D and other kind of creators there, I was like, this setup's a little disappointing. It's so like dry. It's so like stark white everything. Like the Lego stuff is super charming, but man, needed some atmospherics. Needed something. It was like candles or something. It was just so like clinical. I don't know. So I'm gonna show them how it's done. I'm gonna have all my Lego setups. I'm gonna bring all my Harry Potter Lego in there. I've got the giant freaking owl that I got for my birthday. We'll put that in there. So it's just gonna be a cavalcade of Seb's Lego obsession in there, which will be that'll be that'll be fun, I think. But yeah, we're gonna have lighting, fog. I'm going to mix it in with like regular terrain as well. I'm curious to see how that stuff kind of blends. I think it can be done. I think you've got to be kind of tactical about how you do it. So I'm going to kind of see if I can merge those kind of things. I just printed out some like cool little 32mm bases for Lego Man as well. So now it's kind of starting to become more of a D&D setup. So I'm keen to get that Archon Studios cave video done so I can start setting up for that video. I feel like that's going to be the next one. I feel excited about that. I've been making my own custom dungeon terrain scatter out of like Lego bits as well. I've ordered a whole bunch of these like masonry brick pieces. So it's been super fun to do that and to kind of like do it with the kids as well. So they've been super helpful with that stuff. And yeah, maybe that's how I get the big one to play some more Dungeons and Dragons. Home Depot. Yes, Home Depot is probably... thank you, Dark Kamui. Yes. The remote seems to be hardwired in with a single button hammer button. Yes. I mean, if you have kids or know of Bluey and stuff, and that dad on that show, he puts a lot of us dads to shame. He's so energetic, so patient. Talismans is saying it's $39. It's the stock standard fog machine, so fairly cheap here in Australia. I actually wonder, like, what's the remote situation on there, Talisman? Is it like a flicky switch kind of thing that you kind of like just turn it on and it just puffs like by itself, or is it like a remote, like where you have like a little RF remote kind of thing? Because if it's the RF remote thing, I'd be more interested. Yeah, maybe. What we got? Tan says you need to go to the Lego brand store and pick up some Pick-a-Brick cups. That's not a bad idea, actually. But sometimes they change their selection, their menu selection. So I think to know. Our closest one here is probably 30 minutes drive or something. So yeah, 30 or 40 minutes. So maybe, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Go do their Pick-a-Brick, because I feel like Pick-a-Brick can be cheaper on some things as well. Dark Kamui, the connector to the remote looks like DMX, but it's not. 240 volts go through to the connector, so it's not DMX. Sometimes I see those like 3-pin connectors. Is that a bit of deception there? Because I see those 3-pin connectors like, oh, that's like DMX kind of thing. Sounds like it's just a power thing. Simple button, wired, indirect, so not fancy. I guess, is the button on it? Is it a switch like that you go click off on, or is it if it's a push to hold kind of thing? Because if it's a push to hold thing, that still kind of makes me a little bit more interested. Because I have a fog machine sitting underneath my my setup in the game room. And while I'll have the humidifier going, I like to give it a tiny little tap of some of that smoke machine fog. So those are good just that little bit of extra. That's going to give like some nice thickness. Cheap, cheerful, tad dodgy. You know what? The cheapest fog machine I picked up was $10, and it came with fog fluid too. It's, I think it's sitting behind me. But it was I think if you're local, if you know about it, it's Arthur Daly's. They have a whole bunch of like Halloween stuff usually, and that stuff. I mean, I think I used it in Fogtober a couple of years ago for my big zombie table setup. It worked fine. It's just the remote was a little bit, less versatile, because it was like more of a switch on. You like kind of turn it on and then turn it off. But it worked fine. I think I got low-lying fog coming out of it with some of the techniques we use on the channel. If you have just like stumbled into this live stream, I just want to say a big welcome. Consider subscribing to be able to kind of participate in the chat here. If you're new to the channel, we do a lot of tabletop gaming, atmosphere, terrain, props, everything to make the whole experience more immersive for people playing the game and have some fun while doing it. Every Monday night at 10:30 Australian time, we do live streams here in the After Dark, and there's going to be some exclusive Patreon live streams on the horizon. I'm super excited to get those guys kicking up and going as well. So if you're new to the channel and you just stumbled in, welcome. Good to have you here. All right. We're just chipping along. Over here, we've just got some of this 3D printed terrain from Terrainify. If you're curious about the reason for the why I've gone with these ones, these are 8-inch sized tiles that are perfectly compatible with the stage top system as well. I'll bring that out in a sec so you can have a look. Let's have a sip of my tea there. But yeah, we got this big, we got some of it. Here we go. So this is like a stage top. This is 3D printable too, but basically you got these big tiles that you can have stuff, and it's all kind of like a raised play area. And I'm kind of painting these up so they all kind of fit in there. I will say that if you are planning on 3D printing some of this stuff as well, I had to scale down the Terrainify stuff just slightly because they were exactly 8 inches, so it was a little bit snug on the setup here. But I do like how you can just create this terrain setup ready to go, pop it away, and yeah, it's quite nice. Oh no, no, I've done it. I'm stuck. Ah! Oh my god! All right. I'm free now. Did I finish this guy? Almost. This guy's good. This guy's good. This guy. All right. Yeah, it does. All right. So it does look like a momentary push button to you. Okay, so it's like it looks like a standard kind of thing. I think it's the type once you turn on the machine, it's press the fog and hold it down as long as. Okay. So it sounds like it's a push to hold kind of deal, and that's good. I don't mind that. Yeah, because you can have that pedal right behind, down low, wherever you have it. Because yeah, I have the pedal for the fog machine just sitting underneath my DM station. So that sounds like it could work for me. I like to have one set up down here, usually for live stream situations as well, because there are some like special effects I want to be able to do. In particular, if we were doing some... Oh no, I don't think I have it plugged in. Anyway, but I want to have some special effects happening in here as well, so I'm curious to pick up a new smoke machine, so I might check that out, actually. That sounds pretty good. And just, yeah, Bunnings doesn't usually sell smoke machines, so I'm keen to check it out. That's going to make that better. Alright, we've got most of this edge highlighted. Done an alright job. I see... Let's have a look at a couple of different things. We've got some stuff I've been working on in the meantime. We've got something that's come off the print bed here. Come have a look. Or maybe I can get you in here. Let's have a look. See what's happened. We've got oh, it's finished. Let's see if I can grab it. Oh, it's a big boy. Let's get some supports on it. All right. What do we got here? We've got lots of supports. I'm gonna put you back. Put you back up there. There we go. Alright. Alright, so what we got here, I've been slowly making these slightly modified versions of the 3D printed raised stone sections from Stone Trove. So this is a little bit of experiment here. I'm trying to save on filament and storage with these things. I'm just gonna pull off the supports here. That's right. But I've been trying to hollow them out. So let's see how this has gone. Because I want to make them kind of so I could nest a lot of the pieces as well. Let's see how it came together. So they're going to be completely hollow. Let's get some of this out of here. That's right. So I'm doing a little bit of an experiment to see if I can, because these are meant to be completely solid. I was like, oh, I really want to save on the filament. I know it's like, oh, but you used all the supports here. Okay. this support, it looks like I might have to go a little thicker on the walls here, because it has snapped a little bit for me. This is why I do tests. This is why I'm working this stuff out. Looks like I have to go a little bit thicker on the walls. I think I went 1 millimeter here, so I gotta go a little bit thicker, I think. Yeah. But I think, so normally, I was just checking while slicing the regular stuff. Normally it would take about, I think this piece in particular took about, I want to say 30 grams of filament. I'll be able to fix that up. Not too bad. It's not too bad. But yeah, I definitely have to make that a little thicker, so it's a little stronger. Maybe if I printed it at that orientation, it would have been better. But the details held up, which is good. And it's completely hollow as well. Yeah, definitely, yeah. I can fix that up, that corner, which isn't too bad. I think, yeah, I think I might just have to watch my orientation. But, not bad, not bad. Because I'm hoping to have this stuff a bit more empty, so I can store stuff a bit easier. Yeah. That's not too bad. I don't mind that. Let's have a little closer look at it from here. Yeah. All right. So we've got. I'm just gonna focus in on this. Yeah. Not too bad. So okay. So a little bit thicker next time. But I'm gonna kind of combo it with some other like stuff from that collection. That looks pretty neat. Throw a little dwarf on there. There we go. He looks pretty happy up there. Yeah. See, it's another project. gonna finish these guys. But yeah, that's looking pretty neat. But I'm happy that they're hollow. So they're not usually hollow. I've had to hollow it out myself with like mesh mixer and stuff. But it's hollow, so then if I have a few of these rocks, I can chuck them in like this, and that goes in a drawer pretty nice. Let's get some more supports in there. Alright, so learning from that, I have to make them a little bit thicker. I think it was 1 millimeter thick walls, so I might just go the extra millimeter in there. But it's good, kind of cool. You can store some stuff. You can have them as trays, and they look pretty neat. So I'm gonna have that. I'm hoping to print a few of these so I can have my Lego setups sitting on top of them. That's what that is for. Tan saying I admin at Chadston. There's a worker there that updates the wall every week. Pick a brick. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. Pick a big group. There is a that updates the wall every week, every day. Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking, do I go to Chadston or do I go to What's the other one? There's another one. Oh, I think it's got like a shocking car park situation. So, but yeah. What's it? I want to say something gardens, something. Anyway. Alright, well that's what's come through on the printer. Not too bad. I'm going to have to just suss it out a bit more. I'll probably be able to repair that one and still use it. I think, honestly, I think a little bit thicker on that will be better as well, because it'll give it a little bit more strength. I can feel it on top. It's kind of like, could be a little stronger there, I reckon. Yeah, but I like it. I like that it's empty. Doncaster, that's the one. That's the one I'm thinking of. Doncaster. Yeah, honestly, I like Chadstone more, so I might go to Chadstone. All right. Yeah, we can have. But since we're talking about Lego stuff, let's have a look at some of the Lego props I've been working on. Let's look at the torch. All right, this guy's big. It's kind of gone a little out of hand, but actually kind of like this hilt is kind of inspired by the lightsaber piece. It's not accurate to it. I think the lightsaber piece is taller and thinner, and I think it has like different kind of orientations of the rings and stuff. But I've kind of done it in this shape to kind of fit the battery pack that I usually use for it. So it's going to be these like little rechargeable USB guys. But basically this whole thing kind of breaks into different sections. So I've kind of had all these pieces in the computer. So I've been kind of this actually was from a live stream the other week. We were sculpting this guy. So we managed to work out the solutions to why it wasn't slicing and stuff, but basically it's like a shell design. These were all this is all printed on like clear PLA, I think PETG. But and I've tinted it with a little bit of acrylic ink from the airbrush. So now it's this nice orange color. You can see inside also we've got a little bit of some lighting happening. My wife's first point was like, oh, it should be taller to go all the way through to the flame. I was like, oh, yeah, that's a good point. But no, I'm trying to use kind of my, like I've got like a whole sack full of these bulbs. So these are like these flame bulbs. They usually have this kind of like cap on the top of it. I use that for the miniature dungeon torches that we make. But this kind of opens up. You can see there's going to be a little bit of access in there for the hub. So there's a couple of problems with this prop at the moment. I think that the hole for the battery was a little bit too small. I had to kind of chip away with it to kind of make it fit properly. And this hole in the bottom is way too big. I was kind of having this for the recharging cable to come out, or if we wanted to have a longer battery or something. So I'm going to make that smaller so that this guy doesn't left. But let's plug it in, give it a little look. Let's see if I can see. This is the one weakness of this design, but let's see if we can find it. All right, we got it lighting up. You know, let's dim the lights here. We've got that glowing. We've got our torch boy. Go into there. Yeah, so I think normally I would have that thing glued together, so you wouldn't have to worry about it falling apart. But it glows, looks good. Actually, let's turn off. Yeah, see, I feel like that looks pretty good. Talismancer is saying we can use a LED strip with a plus a microcontroller to get the length, but those bulbs are cheap as. Yeah, I want to go cheap and affordable, but and the LED strip and controller sounds interesting too. So, yeah, I want to have another one of these. So hopefully I'll print out another one. So that'll be coming soon to patrons when I work out the bugs. I think the flame is pretty good. I think we're still going to just kind of nut out some things on the base. And I still have to make the kind of wall clamp as well. I'm going to make it kind of like one of those clappy bits that have like this little arch thing. And that's going to clip it onto a wall kind of thing. But it already kind of freestands as well. So, which is good. And the battery just fell out. Which is alright. Whoa! Got some light going now. Alright, how are we doing on the old terrainaroo? That was a little diversion here with the props and stuff I've been working on. Let's see, you get a little sneak peek. A little sneak peek at this stuff, which is nice. This is what we do on the After Dark special. This is why you gotta subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out when we go live and you get these little tastes, little tasticles of this kind of stuff. My wife is right. No, don't tell her that. I'll never hear the end of it. I think I only had it once where I was right about something, and I don't think she liked it. But yeah, no. I'm not going to tell her that, but, oh man, I think you are right. I think she is right. I think you're right. Talismancer, guide me with these LED strips and the microcontroller. I think that might be the way to go. You're right. You're right. Yeah. All right. How are we going with these terrainy bits? Looks like we've got that guy's looks good. I think so. Man, I didn't think this was going to be just the Edge highlight show, but we've been talking a lot. We've been having a lot of fun with this stuff. And look, if we can walk away and just have all these tiles edge highlighted, I think I've only got one more to go. And then we're golden. Yeah, I think we just got to finish off this guy a little bit. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to hit only the raised areas, so at least from a tabletop perspective, it's very clear which are the kind of raised areas, so you know where to kind of like place your miniatures and stuff. Little things like that I try to think of. Alright. This guy's looking alright. Yeah, I'm a little bummed that that stone trove stuff was a little too thin. But you know what? That's why you do a test. And I do like a test when it's like, alright, this was pretty optimal on the filament, so it hasn't been that too much of it. I try to be as thrifty with filament as possible. So that's like one of the larger props I've been working on, the big dungeon stone columns. I've tried to do stuff in a way that is as thrifty as possible. Also a cheap controller, but you get Wi-Fi control and green flame too. Oh, interesting. Yeah, because I've tinted it orange, but maybe I should have left it clear so I could. Man, okay, that's interesting. Because I think I was mostly doing them for the video, but yeah, I do want folks to be able to get them themselves and try their own ideas. So that's a really cool idea. I'm gonna have to check that out. That's a great idea. Because it's a continuous like form to it. You could totally like get in there. Like I can open this up. Right. So you could possibly focus here. There we go. And you possibly could just grab like the bottom shell, like this guy, and then just run. There we go. Yeah, run the strip just around the edges, possibly. Although you probably want to light up in there. Yeah, the diffusion is going to be the interesting part. I'll just have to try stuff. I'll have to just literally try stuff to see which works the best. I think if I'm filming the video, what I've got will work for the most part. But if we want to kind of try out some more ideas how to light things, that'd be cool too. Yeah. All right. So I just need to work out the problems with the hilt pillow flop for diffusion. It's not gonna catch fire or something. I don't know. My wife gets nervous about LEDs and stuff catching fire. I don't think LEDs cause any heat, do they? I think usually they're pretty cool. There we go. Almost finished this guy. All right. All right, we got this guy. It is still freaking raining. No fire risk at all. All right, I'll tell people that that's good. Talismancer said it's good. Talismancer said it's cool. It's cool. We've got one big wall to go now, and this one should be a little easier. And then we've got one more razor. If I can walk away tonight and have all of these at least edge highlighted, that would be really cool. The pigment powder is really cool as well. I've been experimenting with that. Actually, I do want to ask in the chat, if you use pigment powder, what do you use to fix it with? Do you fix it? Like, because I had some on one of these pieces, sprayed it with like matte varnish, and then to like really dial down the effect. Like, it's still there, but it's not nearly as dusty as it once was. And I like that dustiness. So if you use pigment powder and you've got like some secret of how you seal it in, let me know. Ollie, if you're still there. Oh, Jonathan Barker says pigment fixer. Is that is that an actual thing, or is that a specific thing, pigment fixer? I'm not pulling my leg, because I'll do it. I'll buy it. It's a nerd thing. I should know. My nerd cred is at risk here. Good to have you in the chat, Bargo. It's a real thing? Really? I'm gonna have to look this up. Figment, what is it? Pigment, what did you say? Pigment fixer. I imagine like it's got a logo of a pig. I'm gonna look it up. Pigment fixer. It's an actual thing. It's not expensive either. What the hell is this? It's a pigment fixer. AK, that's $8. What is it? Is it like do you spray it on there? Is it like a magical dust? It's $8. Is this the one? Am I looking at the right one? Pigment fixer. It's a fluid, enamel fluid. I don't know. I'm gonna have to check that out. Pigment binder. Oh, you know what? I am using the Vallejo. I wonder if it's like per brand. If it's better to use like a brand specific stuff, or it doesn't matter. I don't know. Because I'm using Vallejo pigment powder. Maybe I use the binder. That'd be cool, because I want to have stuff fixed on there. Premium colors have been formulated, blah blah blah. Chipping, cracking. Okay. Sounds like it exists. This is not made up. Jonathan Bargo is Isn't it? He's truth sayer. It's truth sayer, soothsayer. Brings tidings from the future of this pigment powder. I come in peace. I read it as Pigmen Fixer. At first, you know, I was imagining a pig on the logo. I feel like that's a missed opportunity for branding there. Can you spray it? Can you spray it? Now that's an interesting idea. Can you just like load it into like an airbrush and just spray it on? This is why I love these After Dark specials, these live streams. I have my world just opened up by you amazing folks. Just, yeah, I should have asked this question. I knew it. I knew there would have been somebody special out there who would have known it. Thank you very much. I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna have dreams of fixing my pigment. Is it so you can spray it? Do you put it first? And then do you put the fixer on there, like almost like a glue kind of thing, and then put your powder on, or do you do your powder, whatever your powder is, and then you fix it? That's probably what it is. Always learn lots. Good to have you. Good to have you guys here. This is you guys are making this stuff float by. Finish these projects. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna get there. You'll see. I'll show all of you. All of these projects will be finished. I'll have nothing to do. I have all these orcs screaming in the box over there. Paint me, Sebs. No! No! You will stay grey. Actually, there were some orcs on the thumbnail for this stream. So, yeah, those ones are painted, but I didn't paint them. They're Jake's handiwork. He's very talented at that. So Jake, if you're watching, thank you. He has gifted me orcs. He said, "Seb, these are your these are your orcs now." Gee, thanks. I mean, I love orcs. Don't get me wrong. But it's like I have a whole army of Sylvaneth as well that he gave me as well. That I think he just loves ruining me. Just like Seb. Let's fuck this guy up. Let's give him orcs. Let's give him Sylvaneth. Let's give him all whole armies. We're gonna tear him down, you know, from the inside. Yeah, fuck that guy. Oh, stop giving me miniatures. Yeah, it's the hidden pile of shame that gets me as well. Like, I've got all the stuff to the 3D print that I haven't done. But I'm getting better at it. Like, I'll buy terrain and I'll print it straight away. Usually it'll sit on my hard drive or in my Mini Factory library. I won't do anything with it. Now I'm getting better at just like, buy it, print it, got it ready. Now, now I'm gonna paint it. And that's why we're here. This is why we're in here together. Orcs. Painting a bunch of orcs myself. Yeah, I think I'm gonna follow whatever paint scheme he started as well. He's got the what are the orcs with the checkered flag, black and white checkered flag. Oh god, there's so much lore. I just love feasting on that lore, but I always forget it. Orcs. I prefer oaks. Stop, Super Newt, welcome. I've stopped printing because my pile of shame is just getting silly. You know, just I feel like that is the burial rite of every miniature hobbyist out there. It's just going to be, my last will and testament. Take all my grey miniatures and bury me with them in my shame. I might have them into the afterlife. Entombed and enshrined. Such is the right of the nerd. I'm gonna die on this. Die with all these unpainted miniatures. No, I refuse. I just gotta gotta stop adding to it. If I stop adding to it, then we can climb this hill. And that's what we're gonna do. I think this is my new mantra right now. I'm just gonna go with what I've got. If we're coming up with like new, like I've got a new encounter with some kind of like sea beast or stuff, it's like, what do we got? What do we got? We're gonna use that. We're gonna tape 3 orcs together. That's it. You know, that's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna get new stuff. His pile was silly. I like that. Thanks, Bargo. It's gonna be big tomb. Yeah, just like P. Diddy, the P. Diddy shrine. Look, if I can at least get the terrain out of the way, it'll be a little bit more comfortable in that shrine. We can make a pretty nice bed with all the minis. I should have used a bigger brush. That would make this go faster. Yeah. All right. This is coming together. What time is it? We usually finish up around midnight. We still got 20 minutes. We can do this. I should have got wine or something. I'm out of whiskey, so I'm in here with a cup of tea, staring at my Earl Grey. It's a nice room temperature now too. Oh, we've been talking too much. Talking too much about all my shame, all my projects, but we're furiously painting away. And if you're painting away as well as we dig ourselves out of this shame, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. I'd love to hear what you're working on, so we can compare notes. My pile is bigger than yours, you might say. We've got people working on orcs, people making paper mache. You gotta have a hobby. You gotta have something. I think this stuff is healthy. Kind of gives you something to focus on, to work towards. I think if it gives you joy and you're doing it, or if it makes you miserable, I don't know why it would make you miserable while working on it. But you know, if you like, if it's the misery that brings you joy, yeah, go for it. I don't know. All right. Did everything survive in the last week's rain deluge? Yeah. Yes. It was. We had quite a waterfall happening on this back wall. I've got a tub up there now. It's empty, just because I'm worried that it's going to happen again. It's taking up some of my shelf space, which with all the all the unfinished projects up there. I don't want to get those washed away. So I've got a tub up there. It's going to protect all my printers and stuff that are down there. But yeah, I think it's under control right now. It's been raining so much, I haven't been able to kind of get up there on the roof and see what's the problem. I assume it's like a clogged drain or gutter up something up there. So I'm gonna have to, I don't know, try and not fall off. That's the plan, at least. Yeah. Bonus action here is just you want to increase the amount of shame. Yeah, let's lean into it. Don't get rid of the shame. Increase the shame. At least if it accumulates enough mass, it can suck inside itself like some kind of neutron star, and we can all live in this eternal bliss of shame. I feel like that's like the origins of some 40k race or something. Think of the grey something. I don't know. Grey lads. I like that. $100 square meters of shame. I mean, everyone's got shame. Some piles of shame, miniatures, terrain. This is just terrain. It's big and obvious and glaring. You can make furniture out of it, I guess. I don't know what kind of furniture you make. What are you talking about, Seth? Yeah. Oh man, you know what that doesn't stay shamed is the Lego though. That always gets out of the box. The kids are very good at getting at that, and that was meant to last them all holidays, and they've already done it. So we're gonna have to like kit bash some Lego dungeon terrain as well. I've got a whole bunch of pieces. I'm gonna take up that info about going to a pick-a-brick. See if I can find some good pieces. Fill up some of those cups. Is this the last one? No, I've got one more. Oh, well, we're running low on time here. We gotta get these. So this is the Edge highlight show here. I was kind of hoping to do a bit more, but I think this is what's great about these live shows. I've been able to kind of chip away at these little hobbies and stuff. Let me know in the chat if you want to see something new next week. We might have a guest next week as well. Or if you want to just see me try and finish these, that would be cool too, because they're kind of tied into a video as well. I have a miniature terrain Lego piles of shame. Yeah, Lego piles of shame wouldn't stay shamey. Although my wife had a big box of things that I think I got her for like Mother's Day or something. It just stayed half built for like a year. It's like, how have you not built this thing already? I couldn't understand. I don't know how it didn't get built, but she finally finished it, which is good to see. So I gotta get her something new, I guess. She doesn't like us buying more Lego, me and the kids. Well, so you know what? She doesn't get any. All right. I like putting it together. I like it's good time. They had a good show down here called Lego Masters. I don't know if you've got it in the States and in Europe and stuff, but the Australian version was very good. And we like to watch that and build stuff out of Lego as well. Check out MS Terrain. He had an insane Mordheim board. I'm just ignoring. Oh, is that a new video? Or I think I saw something. Yes, I definitely love his channel. I'm subscribed to it, so maybe I've missed it. But honestly, I've been seeing a lot of cool like Mordheim stuff pop up. I haven't tried Mordheim myself, but like all the stuff I've been seeing pop up from like from Devs and Dice, from Leif and stuff, and yeah, I'll have to check that out. That Mordheim board. It's like, oh man, I feel like I would love this. I would like this game. And naturally, it's like that's another project, right? That's another system to learn. We want to subtract, so not add. Don't add. Oh my god! When you have over 4,000 sets, it's definitely a pile. Yeah. You could build a house from that. That's the tomb, right there. Yeah, Talismans is asking if we're flocking these next, and no, these are going to be tied into a specific video. So I'm specifically going to have these a little bit more neutral. So they're going to be the video is going to be about theming terrain through kind of scatter and lighting techniques. So it's going to be about getting the most out of your terrain. So keeping it modular, so you can have it for different types of settings. So you could use specific kind of like scatter, like snow stuff or vegetation and stuff if you want to go a bit more foresty or something. So different ways of dressing and lighting things to be able to kind of get the most flexibility out of terrain like this. Yeah. Add Mordheim. I will allow you. Jonathan, what are you doing? Tempting me. You're the Emperor there. Just do it. Do it.
You want this, don't you? Your faith in your friends is yours.
Yeah. Don't do it. Oh man. Maybe I can live my Mordheim life through you guys, through other channels. Oh, man, there are so many cool like rule sets and stuff that I really want to try. Like especially with something like the wargaming stuff, it can get really kind of like interesting. Especially how like things can get tactical and how like I was trying some of the Shatterpoint like the Star Wars stuff the other week. And it was really cool how they had some new ideas on how to kind of make things run a little bit faster. Especially with like, I really liked how they had measuring like vertical movement and stuff. They kind of streamlined that kind of stuff a bit. So it's been really interesting to kind of play that kind of stuff. Maybe I should just play it. Maybe I should just go somewhere and play it. Maybe I should ask my deceiver friend Jake, who keeps granting me miniatures. Like, do you play Mordheim? Teach me. What's the story with Mordheim? It's a 40k world, isn't it? Yeah. It looked like it's some kind of Renaissance kind of feel thing, but there's like green stone stuff, so there's like some cosmic stuff in there too. Am I right assuming it's 40k stuff? I think so. You know what? I need to watch more of Leif's videos of how he breaks down some of that stuff. Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. We're getting close. We've almost got to finish this one. We're pretty close on the clock here. My brain can't handle war game rules. Hero Quest is as good as I can get to understand rules. No, I understand exactly where you're coming from. There are some war games that feel better than others. I particularly like the ones that are a bit more cinematic. When it gets too tactical, with like, all right, you've got these units. I feel like you have to be in a very particular type of mood to play that kind of game, almost like it's like a chess kind of thing. But I particularly like stuff when it's a bit more cinematic, maybe more of a skirmish kind of thing. But yeah, like you gotta. I feel like war games are great if you like pick one thing, and then that's your thing. You learn, you specialize, you get like all this right units and stuff. But then I've got Bargo here in the chat bullying me into playing Mordheim. I can't. It's very much not 40k. It's old world fantasy. Okay. Welcome, Space. I didn't see you in the chat there. Good to have you here. 2 sec. Dark Ages Workshop. Oh, has a beautiful. What is going on here? What are you talking about, Bargo? Okay, we got Bargo is. I can't explain it. Do it. 2 seconds. Watch Dark Ages Workshop. Okay. What? Rain's coming down. It's getting real juicy out there. He has a beautiful primer. Okay. Dark Ages Workshop. You know what? I'm going to open that up right now. Just so I don't forget. And what did we talk about earlier? We talked about MS Paints as well. Okay, Dark Ages workshop. Oh, yeah, this is cool. What have we got here? Alright. Miniature painting, grimdark style. I like the look at this. What do we got here? It's got a few videos. One, two. Yeah, I should definitely check this out. So what else are we talking about? We talked about MS Paint. You know what, I'm gonna hit subscribe on that so we don't miss out. There we go. MS Paint. Mordheim? There we go. Where's this Mordheim? Oh, there we go. Oh, I must have started watching it. That does look amazing. Oh, it's totally my type of board. Look at that lighting. Alright, I'll have to check that out later too. A couple of great channels if you're unfamiliar with MS Paints. He does some great builds, he's got some great humor on there. And yeah, I'll have to check out the Mordheim. Maze Minecraft, welcome. I'm printing the new Kickstarter from Terrenify. I have the tiles you're painting now printed, but have not painted them yet. What do you think of the tiles so far? Yeah, good. I think my only drawback with some of these tiles so far was I wanted a particular just flat surface, because a lot of them have a lot of texture to them, a lot of height to them, and I did want some areas to be like completely flat, just so I could put my own type of scatter on them as well. But I did manage to kind of kit bash something in the computer before printing, which was basically shrinking some of the edges of them. So I can show you the one I've kind of bashed together here. Yeah, so this is one of, like, I think it's like a tile, almost like this one, but I've just kind of flattened some of the surface on it. So I have basically a flat version, so you can see that it's pretty smooth on top. Yeah, I just kind of wish he had just a normal cobblestone version. I mean, maybe he has it and I just missed it. So yeah, shout out if it is in that Kickstarter. But like all the details really good. They paint up really nice. I think like it's done a really good job of breaking up some of like the archways, especially here. We go closer here. Like I think some of these these other archways, they're kind of separated into chunks, so they print a lot easier. So it's all supportless and stuff. So it's quite good. Yeah, I like all the detail, and I like that they're these tiles. So they've been they fit pretty well with the stage top system I've got going on here. I just had to scale them down slightly to be able to fit onto the stage top system that I've got here a bit easier. Keywords, multipliers, 2d6, splice explode. It's all jargon. Best of days. I think it has to like resonate with you, right? Like if it's like I'm a big fan of like the Star Wars ones because I like Star Wars, right? Like I like all the original trilogy Star Wars kind of thing. So if I have like the Darth Vader on there fighting Luke Skywalker, I kind of get invested with it. Yeah, I guess it's when it's getting real tactical with some of those like rules that kind of seem arbitrary. It's kind of hard to grasp those. Honestly, like the best way I've found to kind of like grasp some of that stuff has been to have somebody run it through with me, to try it, to play it. And that's when it kind of starts to make a bit more sense. But I think there are some games guilty of having just like arbitrary rules in it. I'm trying to think of like war games. I'm a bit more leaning towards. I know I've got a few behind me. I've got Crisis Protocol, which I haven't tried that much yet, but the kids are keen to try it. Star Wars Legion, I've played a little bit of it, and that's a bit more kind of like tactile kind of stuff, tactical, Star Wars stuff. Honestly, sometimes I just like the old school RPG stuff where it's like super simple, brute like combat, even stuff that you could mostly do via the mind. But then again, I'm painting all this terrain for combat, right? For encounters. I don't know. It's kind of it's. I'm not saying go play war games. You need to play war games, but they can be fun. I think it's a different kind of fun, right? Like you got your D&D kind of like role play kind of heavy stuff, right? And then your war games is a kind of nice like it's a bit more casual, I guess. Whenever I've done it, it's more. We just kind of get together, we kind of do it. You don't have to like focus that much. It's almost like playing a board game, kind of chess kind of thing. And I'm awful with them. that's the secret. Maybe I'll get lucky every now and then. I think I got horribly defeated in Shatterpoint. But maybe these orcs will turn it around for me. Those grey orcs mocking me from their tomb. Alright, how did we go? It is midnight right now, so which means we'll be wrapping up the stream momentarily. But for the moment, let's have a look at how we did within this. I think we did pretty well. We did all the raised area tiles that I had printed. Let's grab this guy and get a little bit of a closer look. Yep. We got. Let's throw a little fog on there while we're at it. Yeah. So, we can get fog on? Yeah, we can get some fog. Let's do that. But these look pretty good. I think I've just done like an edge highlight tonight, so I was hoping to get a bit more of like the pigment powder and washes and stuff doing. That might be next time, but we could, who knows, maybe I'll find some time to do it during the week. Who am I kidding? I'm trying to wrap up an episode for the Archon Studios Caves, so that'll be hopefully finishing filming next week. This week, so I'm gonna aim to finish filming that, and hopefully edit that as well. So hopefully that'll drop. There'll be some atmospheric tips for your role-playing game for Dungeons and Dragons, wargaming, cave, subterranean type locations, which should be a lot of fun. So keep an eye open for that. That's hopefully gonna drop soon. So I've just got some B-roll to film this week, and other than that. We're gonna after that's finished, we're gonna jump onto this Lego video. Got a few more projects that we're kind of working on in the background as well. But if you want to kind of get a bit more of the skinny of what's going on, check out the Discord. It's available to channel members and the Patreon. So if you want to help out the channel and check out what's going on, it's a good place to be. But thank you everyone for dropping by into the live stream. We're here every Monday night. So hopefully I'll catch you next week. I'm Sebastian, and let's create and inspire. Catch you then.